Yo, what's going on? It's your man Mal C 219 TV Midwest Connected, man. Where we bring you the latest topics and trends through a Midwest lens. And on this one right here, you know it wouldn't be 219 TV if I ain't go get brothers from the 219, one of the innovators, Denzel Washington. Top level photos, you feel what I'm saying? My man, from my neck of the woods, my side of the tracks, one of my DJ brothers, you feel what I'm saying? Tone the strategist. What's good? What's good with you, man?
What up? What up, you sheiks for life? What up, brother? That was
Chilling, chilling.
that was a hell of an intro. You got me looking around for another brother or something like
Yeah,
that.
hey, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Working on my sway type introductions. You feel what I'm saying? What's good with you, man? So yeah, man, we just want to touch in, man. What I want to do, man, on this one right here, we call this chopping it up with cheeks, man. And when we chop it up with cheeks, I want you to sit down and just kind of let the people know about, what Tone the Strategist got going on. Let them know about as far as, cause see, what I really like to touch on about, especially with it being 50 years of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And and us being DJs from the core, that was our introduction to the game. You know what I'm saying? Before we got into making beats, MCing, all that. We come from that same cloth of guys that got that love, especially being from the Midwest, because people don't understand being from the Midwest and loving hip hop and the way we do, being tapped into the East Coast vibe and to the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? It's a different way for us, you know what I mean? It's a different way for us because we got brothers that's in the game at home and they influences all the gangster rap. So,
Right,
but I
right.
want you to touch on, man, just kind of let the people know, who DJ Tone is, where he got his love for that thing at, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt, bro. Well, we come from the same neck of the woods, bro. Like we from that low end, Gary,
Exactly.
Indiana, 219, and it's crazy, man. Like, by being in the Midwest, we in the middle of everything. So like, we got influences from the East Coast for sure, influence from the West Coast, and when you mix all that up with the time that we came up, 80s, like late 70s, 80s, man, the East Coast was killing it with the hip hop influence, like pure hip hop. When I mean pure hip hop, I mean like all the influences, all the elements, graffiti from the breakdancing, MCing, the DJing, the fashion, all of that was all around us. It was in the air for us to be able to see. And the few little ones of us that really gravitated towards us, I mean, we just kind of like hung with each other, and we had our own little like, I would say like little versions of what we saw like it coming out of New York City. So all the boroughs, like we kind of reflected all of that. And then when the West Coast started popping, like more on the popping breakdancing scene, popping and up rocking and waving and stuff like that. Like that was something that drew me in too. So like I got all of that, man, all of that wrapped up into who I became. Came from all of my influences. It's crazy though because like Chicago, and I can't sleep on Chicago, right? Like the go ill for sure. Like they had their own unique like thing, but it was kind of like a combination of both, but in their own way. It was more like a local thing. So I got some of that wrapped up into me too, man. I just, man, I just,
Yeah, yeah, because I remember B used to go over there. We used to go over to the north side. You could go over to Chicago, over on Milwaukee Street. You
yep,
know what I mean? We go over to the Jamaican clubs. It was just like, and then you're right, for the Midwest, Chicago had its hip hop scene. What people don't understand, that's where
yeah,
your Commons and your Kanye's and you know
yeah,
what I'm saying. What's my man? They used to could produce with Kanye. Him and Kanye made the song together, man. The mad producer from Chicago. Not no idea, but yeah. But anyway, it's gonna
yeah,
come
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
But
It probably was. Like No ID had a big influence, on the way kind of hip hop was shaping up in Chicago, and like even that. So like that part of it, like when we was partying over there, that was after the fact. Like I was much older at that point and was DJing over there a lot. What I'm saying? I was rapping. I used to fuck with a group out of Gary, but we were in Chicago probably every other day. Then they moved to Chicago, so it was like I was always there. Shout out Twins, shout out Keith Kev, All Natural.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. What happened
yeah.
to the twins, man?
Man,
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
talked to my
Shout out
brothers.
to the twins, bro.
Shout
Shout
out to
out to
the
Keith
Twins.
and
I haven't
Kev.
talked to my brothers in several years, but I'm hoping they all good. As last time I checked, they were on the West Coast, both of them, making moves on the
Okay,
West
okay,
Coast.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
But we,
Conrad on the West Coast too, another GI,
Big shout out to Rad, man. I got a chance to hang out with Rad. I don't know, probably 6 months ago. I was out on the West Coast and called my brother up, and I ended up linking up with him. Went to his crib and went to the studio. Man, it's crazy,
That's love.
bro.
That's
Crazy.
love.
So
That's love.
this is what's funny. Now you're gonna bug off this. So you remember Levi, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why, yeah.
Now you remember how close Conrad and Levi were, like in high school. Like there
They
was a
had
link.
the group. They had the
The
group.
group.
JV. They was JVC. Yeah, come
No,
on, man.
JVC was in the group. JVC was the tall one that had
Yeah,
like hella rhyme style. Like he had that forceful, like hard ass rhyme style. Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
now they all went their separate ways or whatever. But Conrad and Levi, bro, they lived like right next door to each other in California.
That's crazy because they was tight like that.
They live right next door to each other. It's crazy. And
That's
on top of
crazy.
on top of all that, bro, we get to the lab and me and Rad in there tapping out beats. We doing all kind of bugged out shit. And he goes, "Hey man, I want to show you something." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we leave out of his studio because it's a big co-op building with all kind of creatives in there. And I leave out his studio, man. And I go maybe two doors down, like right around the corner. He knocked on the door, opened the door. Man, Levi in
That's
there.
Rad Studio.
Levi
And
in
I
there engineering the session. I'm like, bro, what do you do? Like he was like, man, Tone. So he got up, bro. It was crazy, man. I ain't seen these brothers in years.
and they in the big house. I saw the video. I seen the yeah. They doing some
They're
real
in there,
things out
man.
there. Yeah. They doing some real things out there in Cali. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you already know,
Shout
bro.
to Rad because he kicking with Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I've actually had the pleasure of hanging out with the two of them. Like he introduced me to Jamie Foxx, who was hilarious, like in real
That
damn
was
life.
cool. That was cool. See, that's what I'm saying, man. See, that's really what GI need to kind of, real talk. They need to tap into Gibbs. They need to tap into Rad. They need to tap into
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Tap into Fleet. And on this note, because I'm gonna keep it real, just kind of, I want you to touch on letting them know, because you, like I say, I ain't even know you was a hip hop head like that. I thought you was just a little preppy polo. You feel what I'm saying? Cool tone. He just, he laid back and did him. I ain't know you was ahead like we was. You know what I'm
Oh
saying, man? So
man.
so where that come from? What part of you? Where that spark
Woo.
come from, bro?
So, Cheeks, what year did you come out? 91?
91. I was
91.
behind y'all.
I
You,
was
Nick,
supposed to.
shout to my man Nip Gibson, bro. You
Right.
already know that's my brother, man. You know what
Come
I'm
on,
saying?
man. I ain't seen my brother in a minute either. I gotta
I
find
think
Nick.
he went down to Texas. That was last I heard.
Yeah. Um, so I rightfully should have come out in '91 with you guys. But when I was in elementary, like I skipped a grade.
See, that's right.
And so
Mama's a
that's
teacher.
what threw everything off. You know what I'm saying? So like we should have come out together the whole 9 yards. But
Oh,
it
that's
didn't.
why you vibe with us there. That's why you
Yeah,
naturally vibe with us. You
yeah. I
really
like
one of our pack. You really was one of us.
exactly,
You
exactly,
91 at heart. Yeah.
exactly.
All
But
right.
that's a whole nother story. It's like 89, 88 gravitated towards me. They looked at me like, little bro, we're gonna look out for you. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen to you. You are a guy. So I'm like 88, 89 at heart. But I came out in 90. But I really like Gerald with y'all more because we the same age. You know what I mean? Like we supposed to have been together. So
Exactly.
but the hip hop man, like so DJing, I've talked about this recently. It came like to me when I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, bro. Like grandparents, West Indian, from Panama, like born and raised Panama, like they immigrated to the United States legally when they were much
I ain't
younger.
know that, bro.
Yeah, and if you know anything about West Indian culture, man, it's a prideful, like, rejoiceful, like partying culture. So,
Oh,
um,
definitely. When I lived in Jersey, I had a lot of West Indians on me, so I already know. That's why I say Pops. But now, like I said, when I look at it and look back on Pops' demeanor and his swag, I can see it all day now. Like, oh yeah, he one of the more West Indian players. I see it.
yeah, yeah, always happy. You know what I'm saying? Never really get upset till they get upset. Um, but yeah, man, so they used to bring me into the basement parties, man, and I was like super young, but I had a couple records to my name, and they had a bunch of records. My grandfather had a pretty extensive collection, so I just started listening to like jazz and big band and salsa and merengue, like old, like very very old styles, ancient styles of music, and it's like I started developing a love for it, just on a lot of different levels. And soul music, what I'm saying, my parents, especially my parents, soul music and R&B. I was raised on James Brown, raised on Nina Simone, and all of this very soulful, powerful music. And so when they let me play music for the parties, at 6 or 7 years old, I didn't know what DJing was. I just knew
You
I was
just saw
doing.
that feeling of moving the
You
crowd, like
feel
Rakim say. You know what I mean?
It's a feeling, man, and it's a feeling I never got tired of. I didn't even know what it was because I was so young, but I stopped for a while, and my grandparents passed away, and I picked it back up again around like eighth grade. Like hip hop was more on the scene at that point. It was breaking, what I'm saying? I was like dancing and doing graffiti a lot, and so the breaking was like kind of where my head was at, that and the graffiti. But I had a cousin, shout out, I have a cousin, shout out to Gene Allen, G the Black from GI from the low end. He was in a couple crews. He was older. He was like already in high school and was like the man as far as I was concerned. So he turned me on to the turntables, bro. He showed me like this the mixer, this the turntables, this is how they work. What I'm saying? You this is the crossfader, this is what, like, he gave me all of like the basic tutorials, and I just remember that shit like
Yeah.
I remember like it just happened yesterday. Like he was so meticulous with his equipment, like everything was super clean, everything in its place, a place for everything. He didn't have like everything was super organized, and I was like, damn, I want to learn how to do this. And man,
Man, it's
you
like,
know,
yeah.
I got a chance to spin at like the eighth grade dance. Like me and a few of the fellas got together at Charleston. Shout out to Kim Polk, Rory
Yeah,
Mitchell,
yeah. I remember
Amir
them.
Austin, and man, all them dudes, man. So everybody had like a speaker or amp and shit. Like we brought everything to the gym and just hooked that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
House
Like
party style.
man, house party style. We had like four different types of speakers, but we hooked it all up. And man, that was like the first time I got a chance to mix. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I kind of remembered like the lessons that I had gotten from like what does what. And so they brought me in on the song, and it was like a house record. Like house music was taking off in the G. So I'm like, got everybody. No, I take that back. It was something else, and I ended up blending. I remember my first blend. It's crazy. L.A. Dream Team, L.A. Dream Team. Remember that?
Yeah. The drink. Yeah. I remember
That
that.
that shit I
Them dudes with
blended
the Jerry curl.
into Farley.
Farley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it was like the perfect. It was so cool. I didn't even think it was blended. Like
I
I
said,
didn't.
you know what? And even if it would have messed up, what's crazy with that? Long as you don't beat, you would know you met someone right. But the crowd still be moving, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like, and it's like, cause it's crazy, man. Cause I didn't had that feeling when you done threw on something and rocked the crowd, and I didn't had that feeling when I done thrown some shit and cleared the room. Like, damn, whoa, what's going on? hey, hey, baby, but it's bad. People don't understand it, and that's a part of hip hop, where the DJing
It
part, the
is,
beat making
man.
part, the art, the graffiti, and everybody, kind of find and where we from. Like I say, man, we tapped into the when we saw the Run DMCs and the
Yeah,
videos, and me. I more took to the dope boy style. You see what I'm saying? That's what I consider, the dope boy style, the street, but the DJ and the hip hop, because our man Eddie J, going to Ed J crib, you know what I mean? And I used to see you
absolutely.
at Ed J crib, and that's really when I came back from I
In the
came back from
military.
the military. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I came
yeah,
home from the military, because at that point now I had bought tables. I'm over there doing parties, hooking up with my dudes from Jersey, so I'm full swing. But it all go back to Ed J on Pierce, on Second and Pierce. And I used to see you at Ed J crib, and that's when I was like, man, Tone, get down. And
well,
then I seen you over there one night in your zone cutting. I'm like, oh, Tone, get down.
man, it's
Okay.
crazy. I shocked the whole 219 with that. Like I came back home from college, I went to college in North Carolina, and after my freshman year, like I had to make a business decision. I was out there wilding and not unfocused, brother. Like I was burned out on
It
school.
happens.
Like
Cheeks for life, baby. It happens, man.
I was burned out. You know what I'm saying? And plus, at that point, by being younger, like the whole like puberty um, explosion hit me. So I'm out there like halfway dirty
Puberty,
south.
man, what you was 19?
Yeah, I was like 17. I was like 17 when I went to college.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So when I got to college, it was like
You
girls,
know,
girls,
puberty
girls,
hit me
girls.
in high school. You know, I had my daughter before I graduated. So I was on some shit.
I forgot. Yeah. So I was super duper young. So I'm out there just like, man, girls, 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 girls. And I forgot to do homework and all of that. And I was like, I was
Hey,
kind of one of
bro.
them students that didn't really have to put forth a lot of effort. I would still do well, but man, I was barely hanging on.
Always intelligent. Always an
Man, but
intelligent
just
young
barely
man.
hanging on. You know what I'm saying? Not doing my thing. And I was on academic scholarship, so I had to make a decision. Either I was going to continue and pay or come back to the crib and regroup. So I decided to come back to the crib. Now, what I was doing while I was there, outside of chasing the girls, I was on the DJ tip pretty hardcore. So I had learned how to spin.
Okay.
Shout out DJ
Okay.
Jam, Brooklyn, New York. He showed me a lot, bro. He was like
So
roommates.
that was part of honing the skills, as they
That was
say.
it. We had
Yeah.
turntables in the room, so I kept everybody up all night long trying to figure out how to like blend and like do trick mixes, and a lot of the back queuing and stuff like that came from just those sessions. So when
That's
I
cool,
came,
man. I remember them days. Bro. I
you
remember
know,
I bought one turntable and hooked it up to my DVD player. That's how I was learning how to mix from the
damn,
Hey, bro.
that's
Thirsty, thirsty. Hey,
hey man,
you know them techniques was three something a piece. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm about one and just hook this up to the mixer and
we
we just keep
you
it in the room till we get it.
so
Hey,
hey,
that's why my right hand's so cold. You know?
it's like
Real talk.
everybody in jail. It's like everybody locked up got one strong arm, right?
Yeah.
No.
There you go. There you go, baby. You know,
So
it
shout out
is what
Eddie
it is.
J. Shout out Eddie J. You mentioned him earlier. I can't shout my brother out enough, man. I got so much love for the dude. Like
Oh,
he
definitely, man.
he was
Innovator.
like, I mean, me and Eddie was so like such a natural fit for the hip hop. I mean, it was like damn near like Ultra Magnetic and Gary. Like we was just renegade shit. Like he would just buy equipment, not even know how to use it, just hook that shit up and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of the same
Exactly.
way. But I wasn't really focused on beat making at the time. I was only like trying to like just add on to his cipher with the DJ element. And then I started writing, so it got to be a cool little thing, man. But shout out to Air J. He actually sold me my first set of 1200s. And
Always a hustler.
and
Always a
look,
hustler.
always, when the dough get low, the
Shout out to
Jews
my guy.
go.
Hey, when that money get low, some got to go, baby. You know what
Some
I'm
got
saying?
to go.
Hey, and it's like, cause that's just like with Gerald. All shout to my guy, all out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Gerald.
sir.
Another one of them that we all got it from their account. Shout to DJ Rody. You know what I'm saying? Shout to my
Man.
Tyler guys, E Dot. You know what I'm saying? King T, DJ Jeff. But look, it's like I remember. Can we talk about introductions, bro? I
Mhm.
had to think. I remember Gerald's older brother. I call him Boobah because I joke about Gerald. If I call him Little Boobah, Boobah and them used to DJ. Him and Jern brother, y'all bro, they
Yeah,
had a
y'all,
group,
bro. Yep.
Techniques and Sounds.
Take
Shout
these
to y'all
sounds.
bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to come because they was cool with Mongo Sound. They would come through. I remember, bro, they was making a speaker box. They was making one in the basement with putting like photo. But yeah, that was my first introduction to that world. They had the equipment. Like, man, what they doing? And they was
Mhm.
into that, bro. They was DJing. So I see what Drill got it honest, man. But check it out. I see what
Mhm.
I do like about what you do now, and also the intelligent part of you, which is why I
Mhm.
like to touch on, you know what I'm saying? Because I give you kudos, man. Like I said, I give brothers like Nori, then we ain't got the gold flower, but you know what I'm saying? You always kept the sound mind, you know what I'm saying, from where we was at and where we was from.
No
And now
doubt.
you was able to turn it into business ventures. Like you
Right.
learn how to take the DJing like you're a part of the fleet DJs. Then
Mhm.
add to the, like I tell people, music is an artistic thing. And now you also you do top level photos, you know what I
Yes.
mean? So kind of,
Yes, sir.
a lot of people with this being the media area and the photo game, kind of touch on that and let people know where you at as far as with the photography, you know what I mean, as far as adding that to the mix and making it all like a business entity as a whole. How can
Right.
brothers just trying to DJ and turn it into just more than just parties. You feel what I'm saying?
I keep it 1,000 with you. That's something that I'm still like, it's a work in progress. It all starts as a hustle. It just depends on where you want to go with it. It'll stay a hustle unless you make it a business. Like so, what I did
Oh,
was I started an LLC, top level entertainment, and I encompassed like all the things that I was doing creatively underneath one umbrella, right? So it made sense business wise for me to do that because there's a lot of equipment involved. There's a lot of expenses involved that could be itemized and could be you know um, beneficial for me as a business person more so than me just like hustling my skills.
okay,
And I
okay,
think if you're in that situation and you're out there and you're trying to figure out your way, like always consider like everything that you do is important, and everything that you do should be documented. Some things that you do, you can write off. That might be looked at as expenses right now. You might be able to write that off and do a little bit better by yourself. So I started to learn like more about business. I was going to school for business, and I graduated with a
yeah,
degree in organizational management, and that kind of taught me some of what I needed to know in order to like start my own thing. So that did help. But
exactly.
the skill set, the photography and all of that, like I only picked that up about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, damn. Hey,
yeah,
man, yeah. I thought you was doing it a little longer. Your shit look good.
5 years, man. And luckily, throughout my photography days and my photography endeavors, I've had the privilege of
Yeah,
having.
shout to your team Cannon, man. Shout to
Yep,
your team Cannon.
yep.
Y'all be putting
Yep.
it down. Y'all definitely
Shout
put it
to,
down.
shout to Team Cannon. Shout to Jerome Lynch. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed me, he was one of the first ones to kind of help me like figure out my way with the camera, like from a technical perspective. Shout out to Lance Parker here in Indianapolis. LP was the first person that ever did a photography class. I went to this class and fell in love with the art form of it. And so like the people that have kind of like helped me to kind of develop my style along the way, bro. I'm big on showing them appreciation and love because we all get influenced by different people, and if you get around the wrong people, man, they can take you into a place where you don't want to be. So I'm thankful, bro. I've had great mentors, and at this point, bro, I've only been doing it for 5 years, but I got people that I'm trying to mentor and pour into it at the same time. So
That's
shout out
cool.
to
That's cool.
shout out to Nikki Graham. Nikki Graham is one of my first mentees, and she's picking it up. She's started her own LLC, and she's doing her thing in Indianapolis. So we work together a lot now. But yeah,
Okay.
it's business, man. It's like it's still I still feels like a hustle for me because I still work a full-time job. That's something too, Cheeks, I want to touch on that a lot of people sleep on. Like I'm not sure how deep I want to get into it though. Like how much
Oh
time we
yeah,
got?
because that's like talking about religion, man. You know what I'm saying? But you
Ah,
can oh no, touch on it, touch on it. We raw and uncut, baby. If we got to count it up, we do a part two if it's too deep. You feel what I'm saying?
so this is some advice for all the up and coming like creatives, right? We got to do a better job collectively of evaluating what we do, right? We cannot come into the game without respect for the game, respect for the industry, respect for the people that came before you by trying to undercut everybody. And here's what I'm talking about. Like if you come in the game, you just started DJing. Let's just say you started DJing in the pandemic. I'm not even tripping on you. I don't have no issues with that. That's one of the it was kind of like promoted as one of the most inexpensive um, entrepreneurial endeavors that you could get involved in. Like if you want to do music or whatever, it didn't cost a whole lot to buy you a controller. The music you don't have to collect anymore. You can damn near get it offline.
Yeah, $100 a party, 200. That was like standard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They
So
try
if
to do
you,
that. Try to tell you that now. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I mean. Like if you got to do your homework. Like um, don't disrespect the profession by trying to just hustle you some bread. You see what I'm saying? Like if everybody in your area is getting, and I'm just using this as a round number, like we're just having a conversation. If everybody around you is making $75 an hour, right, for DJ services in your area, you got to do the research to figure that out. But if they're doing $75 an hour,
Check
you
in.
can't do a 5 hour party for $100. You see what I'm saying? Number one,
There you go.
it's like undercutting. Like just imagine like on the street level, if um, somebody is selling a product on one corner, you can't come on across the street from them and then be like two for whatever, or three
Unless
for
you're ready
whatever.
for some smoke. Unless you're
Unless
ready
you,
for some smoke.
unless
And
you're
I
ready for
feel
that.
definitely what you saying, because it's the same way. Like, I had a couple stores, man. I'm into the merch game, and it's the same with the
Mhm.
merch game, most def. Like, I'd be selling the product, and at the time when I was living in Jersey, and I'm back and forth to the crib, and the new guys was getting into the game. And like you say, man, I got some I'm selling for 150. If the value is 150, why is you selling it for $80? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Cause a lot of people though, cause they ain't in the business. That's the thing with the business world, and that understanding it take money to make money. So you don't want to. Cause if you come out cheap, you can't go no higher. That's my thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can't go backwards. Only way you're gonna do that is if you go viral, have a moment, and your worth gets up. But if you
Yeah.
don't really up your worth per se drastically, you ain't gonna be able to be like, I'm charging 200. Then all right, well, next thing I'm charging 400. No, you know how
Yeah.
our people in business is expect to get a deal and go down. So I definitely feel you, and we crabs in the barrel with that, man. But you
Man.
touched on something about mentors and being in the right
Mhm.
direction, and man, coming from the G219 Gangster Island where they be wilding, man. We know what Fifth Ave is, and we kind of grew
Mhm.
up in the area where it is what it is, but you had to be in it, and you couldn't, you could have chose not to be in it. And I
Right.
commend you, man, because you one of the brothers from the hood. You still got your respect, still got your love, but you chose to stay in your lane, man, and not. And what you think kind of attributed to that, coming from the hood to where at
Yeah.
some point, if you wasn't hooping or playing no sports, wasn't nothing really to do but get in the streets. So it's like, how'd
Mhm.
you kind of
Mhm.
stay focused, bro, and still kind of stay in your lane, even just to, get to the 9 to 5 thing or do what you had to do, but just that focus you kept, man. What encouraged that and inspired that?
I'd say my parents, man. Like my parents, and my moms and my pops, like they were like the parents for everybody in the hood that didn't have a mom or a dad.
Good
They just
people, man.
they
Teaching, yeah,
just
good. Love the
appreciate it.
topics, man.
They kind of showed me what that was like, and I kind of just watched, growing up. Not anything that either one of them ever said, but just kind of like by example. And just experiencing life too. My pops worked over 30 years in the steel mill and ended up getting sick, towards the end of his stint there. And, it was time for him to retire. And they just basically like did away with his job. So no pension, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? After all
Oh,
that
man,
time, all
yeah,
that
yeah. That meal did a lot of people dirty, man. You
did
know what I
agree.
mean?
So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
taught me right there not to depend on a 9 to 5 specifically. Like what got us through was my mom started a business when like the mill started tripping, he got laid off. So my mom decided she was going to start a business to try to like
Oh,
supplement,
okay.
supplement what he was doing in the mill. So um, it just kind of like has always stuck with me. Like, okay, never put all your eggs in one basket. Like, always diversify and try
So
to
you
figure out.
saw that. Yeah.
Just like why mutual funds, are effective over time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to get too deep into that, but a collection of stocks is probably going to be more effective than one or two. Like putting all your eggs into one thing that's going to go up and
Exactly.
down and volatile. You can kind of like play the numbers and play the curve a little better when you got more things working for you. So that's kind of what I've always been on. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Cheeks. I'm not that. I'm human, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I came up in that area too. So like, I got sucked into it for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like having babies early. Not quite
And
as
needing
early
that
as some
paper.
people.
When you need
Yeah,
that paper, people do a lot of things they ain't think they would do. You
yeah.
see a whole nother side with that stomach get the growling. You feel me?
Oh man, you do a little strange, something strange for a little change, Jack.
you you feel me? Long as you ain't twerking for work. You know what I'm saying? We ain't twerking, but we working, baby. You know what
You
I'm
ain't
saying?
talking, but hey, hey man. So it got to that point for me. I became a father fairly early in my 20s, and I didn't have it all figured out. So I had some talent, and I knew I was doing the stuff musically that was making moves for me a little at a time. But it was like I need a little more than this right now. So man, I leaned into some of my guys like, hey man, like if I give you 5 racks, what could you do with me? Like, what could you flip that into? And they were like, nothing. I'm not fucking with you. Like, nope. Like, you got this, you got this, you got that going for you. Stick with that, bro. Like, you don't even need to be messing with this life. So, shout out
That's
to
real. That's real. That's real. That's real.
the brothers in the hood, man. I'm not gonna call no names because I don't need to. They know who they are. But shout out to all my dudes that kept me on the straight and narrow, even when I was tripping, and you know what I'm saying, in my weakest moments, ready to
That's
do
what it's
whatever.
about. That's what it's about, bro. That's what
Yeah,
it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what, because that's what I mean by what people don't understand. Even because I got a son, I got two boys, I got four girls, so I always, and then my son a teenager. So I like to tell that respect, long as you are true to who you are, the hood respect that. The
yeah,
most gangster, he respect to where, because what he respect is he wasn't able to flip you and make you do what he wanted you to do. You was
right,
able to, even in that fearful moment, you still stuck to your guns like, nah, I'm good. So when they see that you got the heart to turn them down, they respect that. And
right.
most of them, you know, they gonna let you go on your way and they gonna send you on your way because this they realize this ain't your thing. So yeah, man, and it's like, so you know, just like I say, being from where we from, that gangster, you know, it's just something, man. So, and it's crazy, man, because when you talk hip hop and you talk Midwest, you know what I'm saying. Now this Fleet DJs, you know what I'm saying. Just kind of, you know, let them know a
Mhm.
little bit about, you know, the Fleet DJ movement and what, you know, what you got going on with that.
Yeah, so I joined Fleet about 3 years ago. Fleet is a nationwide, actually, it's a worldwide DJ conglomerate. Over
Okay,
700 DJs right now. There's multiple divisions, not just DJs. So it's DJs, it's producers, it's photography, you know, and it just seemed like a good fit for me. You know, I met a dude.
okay,
Shout out to my man DJ Fingertips, my partner. He just, man, we just clicked right away. You know, like on some DJ stuff, and he referred me, you know. So I did the application, I did the audition mix, I got interviewed, and it was funny. Like in my interview, I guess they don't get a lot of hip hop DJs, like you know what I'm saying,
they get
applying or
also
whatever.
they get more party DJs.
Yeah, more like club stuff and trap
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And so my DJ audition was, man, it was bananas. You know what I'm saying? So like they played me though. They made me sweat it out. So I'm on the interview and they're like, so the mix that you submitted, we all listened to it, and you know we kind of have like the same question, like, how do you feel about what you submitted? Like what was your mindset when you made that? Super dry. I'm like, damn, they must have hated it. You know, like that shit must have
Yeah.
sucked. They came to me like that, but it was all love. It was like laughing, like, nah, man, that shit was crazy. Like we ain't had a mix like that
Oh,
and
okay, so you
forever.
had to submit an actual audition
You know,
tape, basically.
absolutely,
Okay, okay,
absolutely.
okay, okay, okay.
You
I
know,
was
and
wondering how that type of situation worked out. You know what I mean?
so
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
But
So
Fleet's cool.
yes, and
You
that's a nationwide thing.
yeah, it's actually worldwide. We got Fleet everywhere. Fleet in Africa, Fleet in Australia, Fleet in, you know, like
Okay,
everywhere.
okay.
It just continues to grow.
So
Um,
yeah, man. So because a lot of people don't understand the DJ move, because this DJ like
mhm,
now it's more popular because you know DJ, and naturally when it comes to music, the DJ becomes the beat maker. We get into that side. Like when I
yeah,
moved to Jersey, that was the side I moved up there for that to get into the try to get into the music game. But
shout to
even
Jersey.
from yeah, shout to my guys in Jersey, Roddy Rod, Tom Deuce, Mr. Get Busy, Malik Double M, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, when we look at when you look at the DJing as a whole, because I tell people, you know, now money wise, you can
Mhm,
really make a career. Like
right.
I said, they was charging $100 like, and what kind of for a minute, what kind of fizzled me out was when anybody could be a DJ. Now understand out there, TV land, you ain't a DJ just because you got a playlist popping and you just playing the songs and you the one playing the songs. No, you're
Hmm.
not a DJ. You're just the person playing the songs. It's
Hmm.
it's a difference
Hmm.
to me.
Hmm.
The DJ don't nobody really got to tell you what to play. That's what make a DJ special. You set the tone, you set the mood. You know, it's like, you know, in the street set the tone. That's what they mean. The music, the vibe. So it's like now party wise, if you turn that into 3, 4, 500 a week, now that's your regular job. You feel
Right.
it? So it's
Mm.
money in it. You turn this into booking sessions, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
it's
Right.
it's a lucrative business, especially more
Hmm.
now than ever, because people don't understand. You know, music is an essential in life. It is an essential. Ain't nothing you can't get in the elevator. That's why they put music on in there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you ain't even going but one floor. They want you comfortable. That show you the power of it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah,
Man,
man, I just wanted to know, man. I just appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. We got my man Tone 219 TV, man. We got Tone, top level photo, DJ Tone, the strategist, Blenzel, Washington. You feel what I'm saying? Doing what he do. So man, where can the people check you at? Cause I know you on I forgot yet. Before we get out of here, let the people know all your avenues where they can check you at and where they can see your live mixes.
Absolutely. I'm Tone the Strategist on most social media at DJ Tone the Strategist. If you check me out on TikTok, I'm at Blenzel Washington, BLENDZEL Washington. I do a live stream every single Wednesday. It's a free stream. It's on Twitch. Twitch is a platform. You can check me out at DJ Tone the Strategist on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/DJ Tone the Strategist. It's a lot. But if you just look for my name on Twitch, I'm right there. All you have is just click in, tap into the stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We do 2 hours.
8 p.m. Eastern, which is what 6 Central, 6 Midwest
7 p.m.
time.
Central.
7 p.m. Midwest time.
And 5 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, I'm out there, bro. And it's my show is a little bit different from most of the Twitch DJs. You know, I'm not calling nobody out or nothing like that. I don't even roll like that.
I peeped it because, like I said, when I saw you on there, that was my first time really looking at Twitch, being a DJ, just checking out what the vibe, what they do. I've been hearing about different DJs on it. But a lot of them feel like a lot of dudes think they straight in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you would swear they ain't doing arenas,
no
but I like the vibe.
No shirt, oiled up, playing slow jam.
Playing slow jams. I'll be like, he think he at the Zanzibar or something. You know that? but yo, man, yeah. So it's all good. But what I want to know, man, I want them to tap in, stay tapped in with you, man. Like I said, you can check my man on any of those sites. You can check him do. And if you want him for a party, he all up and down 65. If you in the G, from GI to NAP, you know what I mean? You need Tone for a party, a wedding, a graduation, anything like that, a 50th birthday party, hit my man up, man. So like I say, man, no doubt. This Chiefs for Life 219 TV, man, Midwest Connected, baby, and we out.